Stadia announced its second straight free weekend of play for another big title on the platform. Question is, however, how big of an impact can this free weekend be for Stadia? See why the Stadia Borderlands 3 free weekend could create a lot of buzz. It's SDO Daily, baby. Let's get into it.
Stay sick cause I follow my gut. They say I was pushing my luck. I'ma push me a matte all black truck. Oh, I'm not sorry.
What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy MM2K back again with another episode of the SDO Daily on the Stadia Dosage platform. Do me a huge favor before we get into this one. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, rock those bells for notifications, please, so you know when we drop in these doses. We appreciate all of y'all straight up. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the reason. And by now, y'all should know the slogan. We are not too proud to ask, and we love you all, Stadia community. Let's get into it. All right, so Borderlands 3 was announced on This Week on Stadia's blog as being part of a free weekend. Prior, Elder Scrolls Online was part of a free weekend. And this free weekend is going to be accessible by Stadia Pro subscribers. That's the monthly subscription service that is optional if you want to partake upon what Stadia has to offer. It gives you access to 5.1 surround sound, the ability to stream in 4K, and some great games every month. All right, some good stuff. That being said, let's read the excerpt from This Week on Stadia's blog to dig deeper into this. You know how we do. Let me show you something. So it reads as follows. This week on Stadia, play Borderlands 3 for free. Stadia, you got bars? Anyway, free stuff, free play days have returned to Borderlands from 9 a.m. PT on Thursday, April 8th to 9 a.m. PT on Monday, April 12th. Play Borderlands 3 free with your Pro subscription. Vault Hunters, assemble your friends and prepare for all the 4-player mischief, mayhem, and madness you can muster. Not yet a Stadia Pro member? Try it free for a month right now, and they provide a link within the blog. If you want to join, however, some of your favorite YouTube creators, now this is interesting. Again, if you want to join some of your favorite YouTube creators in some scrumptious Borderlands 3 chicanery, well, what that is beyond my scope of understanding, but we'll go with it. Chicanery, hop onto the official Borderlands YouTube channel at 11 a.m. PT, April 11th, and use crowdplay to get into the game. Hosting creators will also be giving away Borderlands 3 Ultimate Edition codes during the stream to select viewers. Don't miss it. So there you go, Borderlands 3, and there's some other announcements too, but I wanted in this video to focus specifically on Borderlands 3, all right? So with that said, BL3 right now is one of my favorite games within recent years. And actually, it's the game that sold me on Stadia. The game that convinced me that Stadia was working opposed to all of the rhetoric that was out there was Destiny 2. When I finally got access to Stadia, because I'm a founder, meaning I wouldn't pre-order this thing, was supposed to get it at launch, everything didn't come on time. You guys know that the launch was messy, but that was eons ago. And got my access to Stadia a few days later. And by the time I got access to Destiny 2, a lot of the complaints that people had in regards to latency or resolution and all the other stuff, I didn't witness it. If it wasn't for Twitch not maintaining my content for X amount of time, you guys would have been able to see it, I think, in the best fidelity and the best vein on the Twitch channel. I brought it down, brought it to YouTube, so you can see my Destiny play from eons ago, but with more compression added to it, so it doesn't look as great. That being said, playing that on a web browser totally blew my mind. And I was sold on the capabilities of Stadia then. I said, Destiny 2 really isn't my thing, but if this platform gets games that I really want to play, this could be the answer that I'm looking for, because at the time I was having issues with streaming and all that other stuff, right? And I said, this could definitely fix all that, because I ain't got to check this Bobek or check this Kodak and all this other stuff. Stadia just makes this easy. I just need the games that I want to play. Lo and behold, about a month later, maybe a little bit less, Borderlands 3 arrives, and I never looked back. With the advent of Borderlands 3, Stadia became my console of choice, or my platform of choice rather, excuse me, because as I looked at the consoles that were available at the time, they did not have a 60 frames per second mode. They were a mess. That includes the most powerful console in the world at the time, the Xbox One X. They were a mess, but you got a performance mode with Stadia. You got a pure 1080p 60 mode on Stadia. And then, yeah, I could have got it on PC, but buying the game exclusively from Epic was a big mess, because you were losing saves, and the Epic Game Store is just a whole bunch of mess that is fodder for another video. But with that being said, Borderlands 3 plays great on Stadia. It's one of the pillars of showing you how great games can perform on this platform, the potential of it. And even though we're now in the 9th generation and you're seeing 9th generation enhancements, that, yes, for a large part, as far as fidelity and performance, they do surpass what Stadia is capable of now when it comes to just pure frames and pure resolution. That being said, if you're looking to upgrade from the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, like the majority of gamers are, then your most feasible and most pocket-friendly upgrade is Stadia. And for all of you that ain't gotta have every single pixel, that ain't gotta have every single nook and cranny, that it ain't worth paying $500 for waiting in line or keep hitting the return button on Walmart.com to try to get access to a console, if you just want better performance than what you have right now, better fidelity, and the power to take that same game instance and go boop, boop, bop, and take it on the go, Stadia is your answer. Stadia is perfect for you, right? So with that being said, there's something else I want to show you. Let me show you something else. The reason why I feel that this could be so big is because Borderlands 3 is not a game to be slept on. The whole series is very popular. One of my favorite games of all time, I want to say, maybe not in my top 5, but definitely in my top 10, is the first Borderlands. That game, is probably the game that I put the most time in of all time. It surpasses Metroid for me, because I used to play Metroid over and over and Super Metroid over and over again. I love that game. But I've played the original Borderlands game on every single platform that was available, including on live. I played it in PlayStation 3 when I really didn't like the platform, but I just love play. I played it everywhere, right? Now the second one I wasn't that big on, but that's the more popular one. Everybody loved Borderlands 2. And there were some leaks that said that Borderlands 2 was supposed to be coming to Stadia. Now maybe that got pushed back, or who knows what the case is, but with that, whatever the case may be, releasing that on the platform would probably do a lot of good for Stadia. That being said, Borderlands 3 represents 10 million copies sold. As it says here in this tweaktown.com article, it says, roughly let me go back a little bit. The Borderlands IP has sold over 60 million copies to date across 4 mainline games and has generated over $1 billion in revenues. Roughly 1/6 of these sales came from Borderlands 3, which has now crested 10 million shipments globally in total. Gearbox Entertainment's games have sold 100 million units combined. Wow. So once you hit 10 million in sales, you're in a good place. You know what I'm saying? And that's great for this game. I love this game. It's a great game. And there's so much cult following behind this game. Streams by people from Kinda Funny and so forth like that. To where, for the vast majority of gamers, I think a large portion, if not the majority of that 10 million, might be people on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. For those that love this game, that love playing it as much as I do, or anywhere close as much as I do, being able to play this game in better fidelity and on the go is huge. So this free weekend being present is great for Stadia. And what it also does is because it's intended upon you to, in order to access this game, you got to try out Stadia Pro. It's a great way to introduce people to this great game, to the platform, and for Stadia to probably get some Stadia Pro committed gamers. That being said, with all that rainbow and sunshine stuff, you know me, I'm MM2K. I always got to look at the entire angle here. One thing I do wish, if I'm going to rebut and look at this, is I do like these free weekends, but I think what they should do is do it like a two-tier. You do a free weekend where it's purely Saturday and Sunday for everybody, and then you extend it from Friday to Monday for Stadia Pro people. You feel me? Reason being is that what Stadia has to get into the mind state is that people just doubt that the platform is even worth it. They've been told so much negative stuff. I mean, we've highlighted some recent articles that try to reverse that, but still, they've been told so much negative stuff that the challenge is just getting them to pick up the joystick. You do that when you present an opportunity like you did with Immortals Phoenix Rising, where without any commitments, people could just pick up and play. They may be reluctant to do it on games like Destiny 2 or whatever, but I think Borderlands 3 hits the sector because the game seems to be more fun, it's more relatable to a lot of people, to where they might be willing to say, well, yeah, let me try out Borderlands 3 on the platform. So again, something in my opinion, Stadia, I know you are the $1 billion company and I'm just a guy behind a microphone, but I think it's worth examining. For these free weekends, can we make Saturday and Sunday free for everybody, but the bigger extended weekend, make it available to pro members as well? You know what I mean? So you get the best of both worlds. Because again, the challenge is getting people just to pick up the joystick. But when you do, just like me, a lot of cases, there is no turning back. And with that said, that's it from your boy MM2K. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below, because like I always say, who cares what I think? But if you did like what I had to say, check out the links below to follow me. Those links will lead you to the Broadband Bullies, PNTS Network, Hard Knock Digital Culture, and yes, the Stadia Dosage. With all that said, again, Stadia community, we love you. You are the greatest. And as always, have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.